Gana amine Kojo do Asare. No. Na adi Kamal dinji. Azi na yi na ndazi. Kamal. Deen.
Abdulai.
Nozo di ndazi. Azi mala. Na amine Kojo do Asare zi. Yadi ya yi na ndazi. Yadi manyangopan.
Manyangopan na Allah.
Yeah, you are. Let me make this point clear. The many message if you are being from Don Pino of Malam.
Malam, yeah.
Also for 5-6 days now. Wager na Magati Hill. Na no unkrazo wonye insu.
One hour ben wager dam na.
Na oye muhupo. The wager na Magati Hill na nkwasa nkro o jenga no na den yi osisi a tetegu na nikita ho sisi a wa be ye kuro kase aplaku botiano what's a 5 days yin wonye nsu na okachem be a week ago na the nsu ya short wo me fi ke posu mo ba me she da me gina mo hwe wo eja pa ehwe nsu hotel so you ask Ghana Water the one source of supply to Accra West nsu na yema is it a sabotage
of who?
No, it can be a sabotage. You see, I mean, I won't lie to you. To cause discontent among a group or an area.
Obi say eba kpon on 3 months ni nsum beda. Awo eka 5 days.
Also kpon
3 months. KPONE.
Enu ye kpon, oni ye kpon. Pon so they derive their water from Pon.
Yeah.
And also I don't know. Water lake is so unreal.
How did them can
No. I'm speaking like an ordinary Ghanaian. You can't tell me that within that enclave there's this Galamsey.
No.
And then you can't tell me that within the Densu, when the Densu Nangasan, Densu na Yensu, what fan war Mangwase of Eastern region.
Densu is it a warrior?
Densu.
Warrior.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know far in Sawimina. Warrior.
Oh, Maza. Densu or Enu or Winiba. Densu Enu or Winiba. And it's when you are crossing the Ocherakun Bridge, if he asin Gomoa asin Neziba Adawukwa, the next village crossing the bridge in Adi Ocherakun.
Okay.
And you can't tell me that one would do more or one of local rice, the best in the country. Only Ocherakun rice.
Oh, them?
Yeah, I mean, I patronize their rice.
Is your friend?
Rice?
Oh, Charlie, you will love Ocherakun.
No. Chairman trouble.
Oh, Master.
Oh, yeah, copy a Western there.
Oh, even Western there.
Oh, I'm not making a choice.
Mister, what on Ocherakun was a Western there?
No.
Yeah. What comes from Central region is the best. It's a moment Ganjo. Now, across the bridge now, you see Desu.
Yeah. Yes.
Desu this year has become an area for the catfish. This year, Bomoko, I got about 16,000.
But in Sudan, all is serious because what about for Squadra Boaji, also Obi, Kaswa Peace Town and its environs are worse. For almost 4 months, no water. Say, Temakbong, okay, Nikbong Temadiano. Where is Obi come to Takrade? No water. We are suffering Ankasa in Takrade, Obi. And I don't know. Say, Obi, there's been water off in Awudome, Kaneshi, Dakoman, and its environs for some time now. Please.
All this has come about. Only the Ghanaians have kept silent on the issue of Galamsey. Here, Western region, and part of Central region, what for one, especially even Cape Coast. Wofa adi wafane then yensu. What yefa yensu from Pra River. And when people go after Galamsey yes sir. No wabe yasam.
Okay.
Yan to mo yedam. We are dying as Ghanaians. We are dying. Only the Cape Coast. I mean, Mumbo Cape Coast.
Now, only your areas are Galamsey. When I say my can wage at the Galamsey be in your.
Under
Why the wage are normal?
Under major way. Under major way. The wager. Galamsey, you want to see what is wrong. And I'm soon say,
okay.
But yeka Ayensu comes from Brim. The Brim River.
Yeah.
Fa oko pra. Fa oba Ayensu. Niya beshim no ba.
Okay.
Me pum or in so did the Wahonia in the eastern region. No ba adi Wafana Winiba.
Okay.
And see, it is very important.
Martin.
There is the need for us all to sit down.
They have to communicate. Let the people know what's happening.
Yeah, what best can we do to help Ghana water?
Yeah, very important.
Ebiso and which our be when you can talk adi
what they treating so.
What they treating so. It's important.
Okay.
Because we to bra do. Boreholes no iya dosun. Maso mkaun.
No onya.
And one more thing in there. Once a former the managing director of Ghana Water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kobina Bochi.
Yeah.
About to become the way a man here construct borehole. From satellite as he Oboko could baby yensu as a country. You call him and ask him. Okay. He said it. That was somewhere 2008 or 2009. Yeah, but power.
But the most secure source of water was in two borehole.
No, but you see, one other area is salination of seawater.
Yes.
Into Adi.
That's a desalination plant.
Desalination here soon Ghana for was a yamping. No boy no the mood. Yeah, Ghana di bibiala or today towing cars. Since you are young of Kalukan, Wakashakala. That's what Missy Ghana for ye. We don't know what we want. We believe some stupid propaganda. Excuse me to say. We don't like to move forward. The Madi Oyemen, Damo Boboyen. De bia o simesi se aka yesi ne yezi bobra wagana ha. Look at how people are dying. In the last 3 days you saw it. Woo. Neso was it by one person wavana Kwabena Japan Zoom Lion was a Zoom Lion he know NDC first no MPP no NDC if this is all by the the politics here the PPA na here nkofu woru
Martin mama honorable Kojo Edu Asare akwa na mention say free Kamal ho honorable Kojo Edu Asare former MP Adentan constituency.
Yes sir.
Former CEO YES.
Yes sir.
Former presidential staffer.
Yes, sir.
And a former member of the Agric and Cocoa Affairs Committee in Parliament.
Yes, sir.
No, way too much. Currently, Director, Special Duties, NDC.
Yes, sir. Your humble servant.
Kojo Edu Asare. Bibi Abokode.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Thank you. Courtesy. Your friend say Lady Bird. Lady Bird, owned by Senna Okitidua.
So the former MP.
Yes.
For Lejokuku, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. As in a boutique, right?
Yeah. Your friend say she sold it.
Oh, she does?
Wow.
Yes.
This is locally sold?
Yes.
Marines, American Marines want the room.
You don't mean it?
She's nowhere.
Send her Kitty.
Yes.
On one fashion house.
The fashion house is Lady Bird. That's what I mentioned.
Locally
Sprinters Road. Yes.
But you won't believe it.
Also, me no Pama me Pepe.
Hey, you're sure?
Hey.
Yes. Oh, how?
So on your propaganda.
Oh, your propaganda.
On your fabric anyway.
Excellent.
About the fabric? Wow, that is nice, eh?
Yeah.
The
Anyway, are
material,
they?
the material is rich.
Very nice. I didn't in a way.
I work community 18.
Oh, then people should patronize.
Oh, no,
I mean,
no.
this is really
She's
good.
super. Super.
No, well, we got you be as a
Wabing pa.
Oh wow, that's nice. That's very nice.
So no, she's been in the fashion business
For a long
for a
time.
very long time.
And then we're permanent soldier for us now. Special duty.
Special duties. I'm afraid to all your parents.
Anyway, Obi.
That's nice.
Me da se se na so nyame ama ye kwan na ene mu T4 ababidi kita ho. And I'm with you, a friend say, Allotey, a fan suing. You see, every now and then, as a country, in Yema Minu, we cannot run away from them. You sue and a cania. Every now and then, as I said, your war plan. Yeah, they expanded because our cities and are expanding real fast.
Yeah.
It is a we create one source. I didn't sue by a particular area. Maybe you targeted. Maybe even fan say Adenta because we made the most noise. Now. What the Adenta here, the focal point we say Adenta and its environs. And now the here projection. It is why a pipeline it be from a particular source. So no bad Adenta to serve its environs as well. You forget, sir. A free Adenta by be some how many 8 to 10 years ago. No? Now, areas like your friend baby la Bawalishi.
Bawalishi, yes.
Your friend say Dodo Aquano. So ni mo.
Yeah, minimum.
Akakra mo Dodo Aquano.
Yeah.
Oyibi. Any at that area say we were Aquano so they ban. At that time, no.
Yeah, I know.
Na a dying ain't shed down springy up in war. It's a dino as a chassis will be a. Fiti ashie ede ba Adenta side. But today, 10 years or so thereabout after, most of those areas have sprung up.
Yeah.
Estates, different types of them. And I'm forward to Aquacotna. And don't forget, say, they will all connect into Sa. Yeah. A friend saying Ghana water line now and damn what they bad then. So definitely after some time
there will be pressure on
will be line. On a dental line, It's not rationing which is what today is happening. Because when the lines came went through, Adenta was getting water every day. But then as I speak to you, you're rushing sometimes twice a week, sometimes once a week. So that is where, as I say, buying proactive planning. So you ask yourself, say, MPP, mobile buying 5 years. Say, yeah, a wager, an akbon. Which way?
Identity and the source, sniffing. Okay.
So, which way? Any echo. And for me, those are the issues. Yempo, we have to live with it. And we are take Ghana water for. They have said it over and over and over. Say, of course, Galamsey is not helping matters. At Politu or Mushu, so they are spending a lot of their money, which is not meant for a friend saying the treatment. Sabi. If the water is lighter, you don't need as much to treat it. Yeah. Or it doesn't have to go through so many rigorous processes to have it treated. But in so now polluted, as I say, treatment, over and over. And so, the point you bet me a use in soon. So imagine say why your projection to treat water with X amount. And now because of the pollution in the water, you are using X plus Y before you can treat that same volume of water. That is our budget. And our training to be able to produce more water. And for me, I don't need any rocket science to come and tell me what the Ghana water people are facing. So for me, feel say this government also did that so there. But water
is critical.
It's critical. And you can't budget any significant attempt to even increase volume of water. Budget. And for me, that is a worry. I wish we could speak to somebody from Ghana Water. Now, onka nukure I won't because I think say Ghana has a obiantimi can nukure for the fear of vilification. It's nukura dawa yentimi kan, and it's not a good thing. Your mind. The same Allotey can be say borehole. And all of that. Of course, I don't know the scientific saying for it, but can everybody bit me 2 borehole? Number 1, number 2, the area where we need to test the water and know the water table there, whether in timinum and money and assessing. So for me, I think as a nation, we have come very far. And maybe a government be a bar
or twice
a sum bomano. Na oye bibi fa ho. So John Mahama bae wayebi. President Mills bae wayebi, especially if nsuo. This government I hardly just say I'm being honest
about insurance.
I mean, we all are in the news every time. What I say, we read the friend saying "Isemno ba ye kinkai." Wow, mini ya me pese ke du no so a ontimi entrechemu. Wow, na Ghana fo hu ebia me na nti ye dia. Ba bi onim se ye de insuo some volumes bi. Me nim se yes 40 million. A friend is saying additional we were bound. Say a DBA become under this government. It will be good for him to tell us. Now a friend is saying so the wage are there and they can't TBB. They will say ampa almost all mobile, at least they made some attempt, especially at expanding because in so the other I will be PB. But should it be that expensive? Because when ya bi wo pipe mu a esese woto wokoton so a obi na akoto e na obeton e di amount car ye de betwi kra de aba, you have to pay for it and all of that. And I think say yes it burdens Indiama crofo bread da already kronum be bia obi ho abin no dida na say so sad the additional burden to crofo so before they can cook, before they can take their bath and go to work and all of that. I think
additional stress.
Just say that for is a young poison being nominated who are no one can eat.
Ekosiisen, where's the OB? We have been sleeping in darkness for 3 days. In some part of La Paz race course, Alhaji Tabora, which falls under the Achimota station. Okay, it should be Achimota district of ECG, I suppose. I'm home and we still don't have light. It has become a norm for some months that every evening at 8 p.m. the lights go off. And I say they've been in darkness for 3 days continuous. Is it 3 days continuous? And I say and you maybe because it's very important to know that distinction. Say again.
Who
Say you were 3 days continuous. Say a doom cry no pania we and then be a transformer problem in about. But say you maybe be a doom nearby, then we can address it very well. And we need that clarity, no.
You and I.
Yeah.
We know. The ECG or share the number of
Yes.
houses.
Yes.
Or what they may
Yes.
area.
Yes.
Now, wasn't no
Transformer back.
transformer. But of late, or the ECG was set up a special team to their various
Districts now.
districts. Now, warfare, because that is why we brought the AMR, the armored meter
Yes.
reader.
Yes.
A bone there, it been warfare Nangasan is an industry. A hidden one to tax, one yes,
Library.
a Juma warrior warfare numan. Ewa, oh, no, I'm a transformer substation. I overloaded.
Now we blew.
Mr.
Now the
Juma-
whole area were off.
Or off. Mr. Jimambudu, do this for the sake of your office, ECG, and that of government.
Very well. In the Achimota district manager, would the La Paz Tabora area, and so I'm off for 3 days. I don't know, say a continuous, and continuous, and so Munshe MIA Alhaji Kamal Deen Abdulai, Deputy Director Communication, Board Member, Tema Oil Refinery.
Any demo.
Yes.
Memfa ebuo ene enchianso sama Uncle Allotey Jacob ene minua Asare.
Yes.
Omobo assembly so a very important ema ye nyina esuo. Eba spiritual cleansing you need water. Eba wankasa wasitina mu se ebesi wo yie you need water. Your life itself for it to move on. Say wapomuden you need water. In everything, uhiensu. Tina, the dani da ye bompa ye se nyakopon ento super. And we are so. Then the blessings that we need or that will come with it, no, will benefit from it. And the omudika, very important. Now, ya can say, ye kamai, ye this warning na pese ye de bebo abain. Now me ka abaya. I am not only referring to Abaya led by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Aban bia oba since the inception of the 4th Republican Constitution. No. Sa Aban said yes, omo ye dwuma, omo boa, ema amanfo na ye te Ghana no. Yenso ye how bia eda ye so titru e fan so a we are able to at least enjoy the fruits of their labor. Just say enya Aban we nko a. Tina e going concern my yeno. Minia, it was a resident. Or say President Mills by Obeyebi a fansu. President Mahama by Obeyebi a fansu. Na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo by one yet to the best of his knowledge, you know. Bibia and now one yet anything. One yet efa. That's very interesting. Min he crown. Ghana so yi papa. Esirem so eka Ghana ho. Onim sa?
Yeah, that's true.
President John Dramani Mahama ono ankasa na region of Free Savannah region. Savannah region. Ensuo ho asem eko dum pepe so bia ebo mo ate se na dwonso ebo akokɔ no. At that level, ohwe Yape Kusogu area. Ko hwe ensuo na mo nom na eche milk. Under President Mahama, it took Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo all call the campaign in 2016. And no call Yape Kusogu. Efa baby John Jinapo MPR. And no catch me say, or show mu boss Nyankopon ye na dom no ba. Water supply to the people, potable water, will be a thing of the past. Obey yes, Ajumano. It is one of the major promises of the mom. Ampampa. Now, Kupon Eya Dum and a to Abaman, and Neko Bisa the people of Yape Kusogu enclave. Whether Nanado came there to commission the water project he promised them, wo baye be hyase ye ewie ye commission ma omo ana wanye. I'm just giving you an example. The Ghana no sebi enye se wo ti Accra ana wonim se pon any wager enko na wonim te na Ghana kosunyan close to several millions of pounds sterling approved by Parliament. Sword was cut by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo for water supply, Sunyan water project.
Omasha say no more.
Omasha say omukuso kwa mo ewuma. Yendi na say they are on. Go and look at the water supply project in Yendi. In the own nima and I wouldn't know why deliberate. Say, oh my main fan ton chain. Tell them say you can't buy me main fancy MPP are buying kwanso. A buying be aban wa be yebi. Why you would dear? And he say I can't so once a very important Emma Yinana. Yen Kano, Sebeya, Obi Biarabe who said this is an aspect of development and a needer, a fire in and we should be able to admonish. Now, me be sino. Now, ya kind of a fair fessa a buying ye be. A buying your water project, a buying pen so my, a buying ye say. Sebi, a janem be a cry, a pecrano, a buying be see my. Nay, be say a home. Sasi cano, a buying okofane. FM. Sikana yadi be ye in so project amaono, a buying ekofane he. Eya wo, enemy, any Allotey, any Asare, any obi biara waka ho. Sa 1 cedi, commitment a ye, taxes a ye tuya. Ye bet ma boa ama aban so aye ne revenue mobilization. Or heti we are no otima ye budget aba. Say we beko ha, no otima ye sa adwuma no. That is where we are today. But sadly, no Ghanaian wants to listen to that. Now, sadly, yen politicians so ye pet problems am I home. Oh, oppositioner, you want to speak as if you can do everything under this earth. You speak because obia and holdu say kokoye. Uber power now language assessor. But I want to appeal to we the young politicians coming up. So we are learning from what is happening today in Ghana. Yasha say with fuel politics. Where have you got into with it? The NDC has come and done it. The MPP has done it. Still, we have not been able to solve it. Yeah, the forex market. Yeah, CDE, and politics. MPP has done it. NDC has done it. Sounds so now the developmental projects and so yeah politics ever. And I think it's becoming alarming. And it's a big problem. And to wait yet, Nanado Ayebi, Atamons Ayebi, John Dramani Mahama Ayebi. Now we should ask ourselves, when and the projects endorse ye papa. I believe if you task me, I would have to research on water projects alone, come and sit down here, then we'll all look at one-on-one what Nanado has done on water projects in this country. To be baby, not so kase. Nanado anyashi on so one. Sebi. Manunda is simple, so I can't say. Sumina, so that is not true, and that is highly untruth, and the person should apologize. Mamin Koinim.
Okay. In the my main foul and share discussion last year, but answer no, we say Obi, the analogy by Ahmed Ibrahim of a referee giving clearance to play for one side is moot, and same must be jettisoned instantly. I think. Tell him that a deputy speaker, unlike the original speaker, is first and foremost an MP representing a constituency. He has an interest/obligation to fulfill. His acting role in the absence of a speaker cannot in any way stop him from exercising his right to the fullest. A football referee, on the other hand, has no obligation tied to any team on the field of play. People must get the difference clear. Say Obama in Pokwas. And he says, Obi, tell Honorable Edu Asare to kindly be on his feet so I can feast my eyes on the attire you guys are admiring. Sorry, you won't mean sorry, you say Obama. The patch or say we'll call a year. That was a boutique, we needed it, a fashion house. Lady Bird, our community 18. Yes, Okwa. Honorable Senator Kitiduya, fashion house on the Pembiama. Kama. The BBA to me, Akoye.
Fashion designer.
Yeah. I hear he's been for a long time. Up and be my MPs now.
What's your size, boo?
Money about it. Size boomer.
Size boo. Yeah, can size boo.
Size any number.
Also,
I said,
Obi, please come to Dansoma last stop. 2 days now, no water. Kofi Eugene, and what Dansoma. But Kamal, my main found shots and
yes.
interviews. The ruling of the Supreme Court is out today, and the court says Deputy Speaker while presiding can vote. And no, the issues with Brabant minority na kasa and they are there saying.
We are told, say, the mother law of this country, the Constitution, a living spirit.
Yes.
And correct.
Yes, it's a living organism.
Organism and a living organism. Now, living organism no be. Just say, and shed anya adia a gina hosa and static.
Yes.
A idea dynamic. And I yes, Obi, Okai's Martin Pebu, this renowned lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay, say what the case be Echo Supreme Court. Echo can say this idea say some offenses in this country are not bailable. Or no, if you say etia, you found this.
Yes.
And what did the Supreme Court say?
Yeah,
that law was inconsistent with the provisions of the Constitution. And I understand it.
No.
Yeah, very good. Obi, we sit here. Okay, say Abu Ramadan, Echo Supreme Court. Echo said there was a law passed by Parliament. Parliament, a passed the law say NHIS card could be used to register a voter in this country. And argument say that, of course, cannot establish the citizenship of one in this country. Hence, the Supreme Court should consider that law. Law and Parliament in the past year. Okay? What did the Supreme Court do?
Yeah, they struck out. Very good. The NHIS as a
31st December holiday celebration. What did the Supreme Court do?
It was struck out.
I see. I am giving examples of this because me per se you're working in tandem with that notion. Say the law, which is even the mother law of this country, is a living organism. As we move on, I will say no more be ever. The attention will be drawn to certain things. Then we try to streamline them and correct it and move on. But sadly, some people want us to believe, say, once it suits them, it should be what it is. Whether it's the law or not the law. I mean, Supreme Court are really normal bebre. And then the Supreme Court be rulia, obiti bebia, now the DMB akwa to Supreme Court no so. And obi, there's a trend in this country, and we are not careful. My example be we are not careful. Yet the politics ebe say yenye dache. Yeah, the NPP politics, ever say that we have certain institutions, we view them as clean. We have agreed to put them there, men of integrity with morality, that we have put them there. Omoma decision we are told, say, that decision is binding on all of us. Now, Fedie, we are using social media, people who should know better. In fact, people who are supposed to be legislators in this country sit in parliament. Legislators in this country sit in parliament. They come to write on social media to say, the more you do parliament, parliament, and really? Obi,
legislator being a cancer.
Let's say social media. I've seen social media. I've seen certain things. Of course, you have to be
attributed to MPs.
Attributed to an MP. And say, these are things that you do what? From a ball, no referee say you do what? You see, and when we start, if it is true, and we start throwing certain things out, we are destroying the moral fabric of young ones in this country. Those growing will not learn better. Minia, if you go to do a press conference, now I can say, develop democracies worldwide. They discount the presiding members if anything, vote. You see, yes, you could cite areas of precedence and all that, but with recourse to your own law. One Kasawo law, if the sovereignty argument and statehood argument is to be upheld, One kasa umra wo de ama ho no. O Supreme Court a wo de ato ho say eye wo de no. Then no mo see. Or say, oh, the fact that some, in your view, somebody in this world where is doing whatever, oh, yeah, no. And I also the idea, and I will say attention. I am not saying you cannot cite authorities. You can. But what do you have today to work with? Obi, there are several questions we can ask. Why do we have Article 102 and Article 104? The framers of the Constitution of this Republic, I believe, have wisdom behind what they did. And of course, over Article 102, look at the word used there, and Article 104, and look at the word used there. One is presiding, the other is speaker. Anamebwa? Obi, take Article 95 and Article 96. They distinguish between the speaker and then deputy speakers. Obi, are you aware, say, the deputy speakers are elected by people of this country to go and represent them and take decision for Mother Ghana? Okay?
Yes.
The Speaker of Parliament, rightly so, is elected by members of Parliament, first nominated and elected or voted for by members of Parliament. Yes, I here. Difference is then decision is to be taken in the wisdom of the Supreme Court. Making you, yet we are yet to get the full judgment to understand it. I am not against, but just looking at all this, common sense is to play here. Tina ekoshe mra. Yes, sebi. Obi kwa wanko school dano. E wase otina baby eshe mra no. That is why when you read Article 93 of the Constitution of Ghana, it doesn't tell you, say, or 94 or so, it doesn't tell you, say, oh, so go school and send Parliament. No. With all respect, you don't need to be a graduate, you don't need to be a doctor to be in the Parliament of Ghana. That is not what the laws of Ghana says. It tells you that wisdom and reasonability comes to play sometimes. Now, say, if I listen to a member of Parliament, I interview, no, okay. Who tells me that Article 110, which is the standing orders of the, for Parliament to run their business. Therefore, we are now Supreme Court Abeka say Order 109 Clause 3 is inconsistent with the Constitution on Tiasi. And you try to draw his attention back, say organic laws cannot be inconsistent with the mother law of this country. Also, that was quite unfortunate. I've given you a plethora of examples of decisions that Supreme Court has taken in this country are binding on us. I've given you a plethora of examples, sir. Laws of this country have actually been struck out by the Supreme Court of this land. Order 109 Clause 3 cannot be a different one. In any case, question is it even a statutory law? A statutory law?
You mean the
order one?
The standing orders of Parliament?
Orders. I don't know whether one of the statutes in this country.
Statute properly
Absolutely.
so called.
And that one cannot be challenged by Supreme Court?
It can.
Really? What kind of argument is that? But this is what I say. I hinge my argument on even common sense. Just common sense. That is why I'm saying again, say, you must add somebody with common sense. Sebi, enyansa e wofi pa. Enye school nkoa. Enyansa wo. So what the Supreme Court of Ghana did today is to tell us that we have a working law. We have a dynamic system a year through. They have risen. They are men of integrity and women of integrity sitting at the Supreme Court. Who they are saying down more, Sebi, omont na honum enhwe asem no, just to say because me obi she white inti my man and anipa si share black inti my enko against him. Because they have also an integrity to protect. And to yenuma, we rush quickly. Nobody says you cannot actually go out there to criticize judgment. No, you can. And you can even seek review to condemn it. But my point here is that we should be careful the way we come out to bastardize our own courts. Okay. We should be careful because of politics, what we write out there, and then try to paint the picture. Now, maybe this, even within their own political party, we deceive them. They deceive each other. 2020 election, we saw what the NDC did in this country. First, we won the election. Second, we didn't win the election. Third, we want Parliament. You could do Supreme Court where the Article 64 tells you to come and prove. No, could you say, man, we know we so win it. Meanwhile, you have told your own followers say you want an election. Is that the same thing we are doing? Let us try to keep the momentum. Let's act as if we are working so that our followers will be formidable and follow us for election to be won. Is that what it is? Or we want to speak the truth to the people of Ghana? Me, I have always maintained Kasa Tenten and Toponko. The Emrano Eda Honum Mramayen Mesre Ghana for. Through members of Parliament, Omunya Konya, Ebabab Kasa, that we wish to learn from them. They should work with the law. Even when you are drawing the attention of a member of Parliament to the fact that the supremacy of the law is key. And you even cited Article 2 or so of the Constitution of Ghana.
Article 1-2.
1-2. You read it to the end. Or say, if Supreme Court even gives a judgment, not even the president or the vice president can alter it. Yeah. Or yes, it constitutes a grounds enough for his removal from office. Now be to baby as a standing order. And a business and a standing order. Hey, really?
Okay.
And yet tomatoes near Cotton Parliament.
And the point you made about the Supreme Court new ruling and also BRD Jumano, and the law is clear, says the Supreme Court ruling no one fine Juma. The Constitution says a high crime. So a president and a vice president, it can lead to your impeachment. Where's Obi? This is the perfect opportunity to tell my wife how much I love her. Happy birthday, my lovely wife, Mrs. Vera Asante J. I just want to let you know how lucky I am to have you in my life. I may not say it often, but I appreciate you. Guy G is in Newark, New Jersey. There are 2 fresh suits before the Supreme Court. And Baku Efri, social activist A+. And Baku Su Efri, former regional youth organizer of the NDC Ashanti region, Yao Broja Jemfi. Ninyina in relation to the latest nominations, His Excellency Attorney General issue a statement of some nominations to the appeals court or the Court of Appeal in Ghana.
The very court we seek to bastardize, the very court we go there to seek for his release again.
Ain't 2 suits just a quick one. Where alert from Fix the Country movement. Almost Oliver alert update, March 9th, 2022. Oliver and where Oliver Bakavomao was rushed to the police hospital. It's been over 3 weeks since Oliver has been in police custody. Since his detention, he has been experiencing some minor health challenges. In the latter part of this morning, March 9th, he complained of general discomfort. His health has since deteriorated and has currently been rushed to the police hospital in Accra for medical attention. Doctors have since come to assess his health and discovered his blood pressure has shot up. We are monitoring his progress and will update the public in due time. We count on your prayers and support in these trying times. Long live Ghana and long live the Fix the Country movement. We more update on the abaya kind ede amamo. But Oshe Yaobruja Jemfi Asamo Diako Supreme Court, he is invoking the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, pursuant to Articles 2.1, said the Yakan 131 and Rule 45, 1 and 2 of the Supreme Court Rules 1996 CI 16. Oshe reliefs are OC Kina. Number first relief, then say Supreme Court or say a declaration that on a true and proper interpretation of Articles 2.1b, 1363 and 1443 of the Constitution, the second defendant, in this case, second defendant near Maxwell Opoku Agyemang. The second defendant, Mr. Maxwell Opoku Agyemang, who has been recommended for nomination by the first defendant, which is the Attorney General of the Republic, to the Judicial Council for advice for appointment by the President of the Republic as a Justice of the Court of Appeal, is not qualified to be so appointed as a Justice of the Court of Appeal by reason of the findings of the 24th Junior Chaired Committee set up by the General Legal Counsel contained in a letter dated 14 February 2022. And our references are letter and essentially, a list I bar out and Attorney General in Sashas, for Court of Appeal, no, Maxwell Opokwajiman and qualified. And I think it's a similar case and so and A plus and so okay, yes, the same thing. It was A plus the end so no defendant near Attorney General and a Maxwell Opoku Acheman. And I want to believe that the court will join the two suits now more determination apart. Indeed, those are the few info I want at the MMO. Honorable Kojo Asare.
Yes,
Supreme Court ruling matters arising.
As many as are in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The Mami come and say.
Okay.
As many as are in favor, say aye. Aye. Na me team bisa. Me bisa question no.
Yes.
Yeah, can't aye no. Na ma can be. You are me say the ayes have it. What kind of absurdity is this?
That's why he has our back. Voice vote, you say he has our back.
But you are supposed to vote. What are you saying? Voice vote. Why not you can any vote? Who should keep quiet so that we get the vote? You know, vote to ama ya pass here. Or say because it's a voice vote, I don't have to vote. Vote to ban any vote. Obi. That's why I'm saying, say, a absurdity. It's as simple as that. What I say, sana. Nanka, the person me a judge cry in life, I would prefer to go and sell wood in timber market. Because if this is all that, because master, you can tell, say, utrina si utisono, this has same way connectia and utrinji.
I don't have full judgment. No,
you have full judgment.
You don't understand the reasoning.
Master. You see. Let me be honest with you. You never do a why. It is a brobe. When it's okay, okay. When it's not okay, do you understand? I have just given you a typical parliamentary procedure. What you say? That is the usual. Other votes now, they come about when there are disputes. You understand? But many a time, a voice vote. Almost 90+% of you can say votes are or parliament, a voice votes. So I am giving you a typical scenario of a voice vote. Whereas your speaker no. On one bet as many as are in favor, say aye. No, as I so aye. No, as I can, the ayes have it. Come on. So, we, Nankamifu say, in some say bar, the Judiciary will have a conference with the parliamentary team. The leadership and fashion out a way out, because these ones make laws. Two groups in will be higher law. So if you go about it this way, and Nana Ibrahim Kano.
Ahmed Ibrahim.
Yes, he's my friend, so
course,
I call him Ibrahim.
Yes.
And I know we'll get to that point where, like, every decision that is made can be subjected to Supreme Court interpretation. Is that the way to go? Oh, and for me, let nobody think, say, it is a victory that they should bask in. The law, they say, is what? An ass. Anambwa. Menam kai.
I don't mean guys on our kind.
What was ne? Ebi any aje. Tomorrow, that same law, when it is biting you, Ubehu say, that is why we pray, say, Omwa, Yadesa, Yina Shaw Mukukumuno. Whenever they are coming to such way, they will look at between some when we think and our cano. I say e-levy anti. We had to pass the e-levy whichever way. But you see, near me yaka cranson say e-levy uses the whole. And I hear home gymnastics. For the past 1.5 to 2 months, the e-levy itself is sitting somewhere. And I hear gymnastics. You're from Parliamentary in Timinko. And then you're we are on court, you're we are oyare, you're we are say, and all of that. And the law or say the bill itself is sitting somewhere. And you do many abre pass. Omo person omo pass here. You see, you know that we are mechano. O pre adie bibri. Don't hear be you nsem. Yeah, that's what I think. Because in the first place, like I said here last week, the total amount are omo ni dasono. As at now, when you say Swati, are you aware?
Based on reduction in the rate, no?
Yes. It is 6.9 no crampo no. Eswati. Apart from the reduction of the rates, no sumpu. Some of the transactions are initially normally say a bit attractive, no. Omo yi be frame.
Yeah.
Anamiboa.
Yes.
So definitely, whatever they are expecting of it, out of it, they are not going to get it. Wow. Is this the only baby I pima babe dunia na as a country? We cannot think beyond this point and figure out some other thing to look at the future in a much brighter way than just going one-headed. Because, Masa, we have said it here. Gold, diamond, timber, even oil. It couldn't save us. All these, they could not save us. E-levy. Obi, do you know how many tons of cocoa? And last year, exported.
It was almost 1 million.
Huh?
Almost.
Who said?
Oh, last year.
Yes.
Last year was one of their best years.
Who said? Can you let your people check?
Oh, really?
Yes.
But what figure do you know?
Me in cancer.
Okay. No, I'll check.
Please.
Check it, yeah.
Yes.
Is it more or less?
No. You let him check. We will find out. So, Coco, Emre be a trem, Yako school. I see Coco, ye bibia. Yeah, well, just say, today, are we saying, say, we have gotten to that lowest ebb as a country to the extent, say, it will only, you see, Kamal was saying something about taxes. Is it that Ghanaians, yentia taxes are done?
Not adequate.
Actually, we pay more. And honorable, or say, and the way graphic online, cocoa production hits record high, yields is it 1.033 million tons. Also, Ghana has set a new cocoa production record with 1.033 million tons of beans for the 2020-2021 season. This comes 6 weeks before the 2020-2021 cocoa season gets to a close, and it can even be more, which means that the figure can still go up before the harvest period ends. In the way last year.
Okay. Sky benya wo cocoa mu no. Sabe. I mean, ain't me fanya hwe. This year Kojo for tax. Those are the questions I'm trying to ask. Because tax ye be in various forms already. We say baller tax. Baller tax you want fan koto ni ayebeyi ni baller and utiao. And no ye tiao fie. Me baller me tiano a friend saying Zoom Lion for almost and say my digital platform bia ye ditia. Ti ano ye tia. Apart from that, Mose edibia to fuel so. Anameboa.
Yes.
Ena eno so yetia. COVID a nyame ncha de man bebre so ase nyame ade afofie ma for the past 6 months and we adum ya nyina ye ho we are still paying taxes on COVID through the pumps. It is okay say yentua tax and I say we are not paying enough taxes. You are wrong, my brother. You are so wrong. To the extent say telephone a year credits yeto yenina ne you see you over 20 something million subscribers.
Yes.
20 something million subscribers are used to cell phones. They all use credit. That's the only way you can keep your phone activated. Your free BBC ST tax. And everybody who buys a card, a Toby, to a large extent, they are paying taxes. So if 20 million plus people are already paying tax, what are you for? Should you be able to say, on what grounds should you be able to say, we are not paying enough?
As a matter of fact, Obi sent them a message some time ago. So, Obi, if anyone tells you Ghanaians don't pay taxes, stare them down and ask if they know all these taxes that Ghanaians pay. And I was start taxes. No? Sales taxes. Sales taxes you pay when you buy.
Yes.
Tax stamps. Also the small stickers
drinks,
on
even
beverages.
drinks in the crowd.
Yes. A form of communication service tax, as I just said. Petroleum levies and
Yes.
all the
Yes.
different types of petroleum
Yes.
levies. VAT standard rate 12.5. VAT NHIL 2.5%. VAT flat rate 3%. VAT, the get fund on VAT
Right.
2.5%.
Right.
And if you know about income taxes paid on income and profit.
Right.
Corporate income tax for businesses.
Right.
Pay as you earn for individual payee.
Right. Yeah.
Rent income tax for landlords. Vehicle income tax for commercial drivers.
Right.
Tax stamp for chop bar owners, shopkeepers, corner shops, food sellers. Capital gains tax for those who gain on their stock exchange. And a gift tax. No, about other taxes. Import duty on all imported items.
Right.
Excise tax on factories. Stamp duty for legal document. Land registration. Registration of collateral, blah, blah, blah. And even some more. Tourism levy. You are taxed for eating.
Yes. Restaurants.
Environmental excise tax. And I'll count one for me. Sanitation and pollution levy, the recent one. COVID tax. EDIF levy. ECOWAS levy. GIIF levy. And etc. etc.
Right.
Yeah.
This is with Danny Pakwasi. It is just to buttress the fact, say, what Kamal said earlier cannot be the full facts. Say, you enough. This is a list.
I think mostly the focus now on income, direct income tax.
Yes.
And then I'll share because all the other taxes are indirect.
Right.
Direct income tax, normally are your argument.
Yes.
So when you pay direct income tax,
Yes. Yes.
Aha.
But the direct income tax,
yeah.
what to me, mejuma, makoye juma nyamisika. Oh, you have taken all the taxes already on that. If you are looking for someone to pay you direct taxes, you should try to discriminate.
Okay, discriminate. Targeted.
Target those who are not in a certain bracket. But me makoya mejuma, what you amika, who bet you amika no what G tax a certain percent. It be up to 35%. Now make sure no nyina wie no. Na wo se me sika na me decide say me dey beto me wallet so. Na me dey aye me like how I will spend it. Me na me be determine. Na eno so every expenditure I made, you are taking taxes on that. And no one say na yeka.
But that same salary, no. So one fan to wallet sumpo. Na say yate income tax ne that at source. But any other thing I will be talk. What is can be better? Say new wallet sumpo. You still pay indirect taxes.
You pay in direct taxes. It had then also Jimmy Misikano so tax bill. You are telling me, so I'll pay indirect taxes
for any other
consumption. Yeah. So why do you want to take tax on money that you know, say, that money is not just going to sit in my account. I will use it, and part of that money will still end up
in taxes.
And you are going to load me again with another one. That's what we've been talking about. For me, I think, sir, the leaders of this country, especially the finance minister, I said it and I repeat myself, he is completely bereft of ideas as of this point. Now, Jane, I could see, but I believe MPP may not be bereft of people who can replace him. I don't think so. I believe they have people.
You think?
Definitely, because he's gotten to his wit's end. He's displaying lack of ingenuity, especially when it comes to matters of finances. Wapim. You can tell from every space that he has occupied in the last 5 years, say, the area of speciality, borrowing and making money off the borrowing. That is his speciality. And so far, he has done that work very, very, very professionally. And as at now that borrowing because he goes out there, nobody wants to borrow money to him because they found him to be very, 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 very incapable of managing the debt situation of the country. It's the speciality area. Wapim. You understand? And I believe, sir, MPP definitely has people who can do this job better because they presented the likes of Ajiman, not Ajiman, Jambafuo,
Professor
Jambafuo, Akoto Osei.
Yes. But they are all part of the economic management team.
Who said?
They are.
Who said?
They are.
Who said?
I'm telling you, they are.
Massa,
but that fact
they exist in names. I said they exist in names. It is a phantom list of EMT
members.
Your friend is saying Oforiata.
Yes.
And this other guy, Dubois. They are the sole decision makers. I mean, say, I don't want you. I don't wish you to not to disagree. What you say, because you are here to do some work. So definitely you must do the work before you go. I mean, say,
Also for Yata. Oh no, ordinary reason about. On changing topic. Oh no, say.
Me see Supreme Court. I mean, my link. Supreme Court decision is a levy decision.
What is wrong? And you should be corrected.
Oh no, say an opinion. Obi opinion. No, I cannot tell him the opinion here.
Abdulai justice, lawyer Abdulai justice.
Yes.
No,
and America say.
No, me say.
No, you can argue on that.
Lawyer Abdulai,
I'm not taking this opinion. I cannot tell him the opinion.
So why are you saying this?
You want to know. So
Adaku want to know.
Yeah, Supreme Court decision and a bridge for E-levy.
For E-levy, I'm surprised.
Etei Honorable Haruna Idris in a minorities official press conference. Almost say this is a support. The decision is a judicial support for E-levy.
Yes.
I think that's what he's on.
A figment of their own imagination.
By
So
the
you can't
Supreme
even
Court
test it
decision, it's the minority telling us.
It is to pave way for the E-levy to be passed.
I
That's
disagree.
it.
Okay, Kojo, for
You mami we impacho nyabutre.
You
No pacho say nyabutre kakra maybe is here there you can take. You see, so for me, I am saying, say, rather than to force the E-levy on Ghanaians by force, they should change the finance minister. Almost sisano. No more poor beer. Sabi all the fresh ideas. Baba bebuomu. Na omu ni ombetimi aya e de oman no be the idea ko the be Deen na ya downgrading by all the friends of the rating agencies of the world, and
Okay.
to the extent that today our CD is in total disarray. Atitia pansam our you know what kind of Ukrainians is here, but you see. Our taxes on even petroleum, there is something that can be done about it to cushion Ghanaians. All those ideas, you know, because e-levy didn't pass here. Na sikano ongu hawa obe manage no na yetimi so he will punish Ghanaians for as long as he remains the finance minister. And I don't think Nana Akufo-Addo will do himself a friend saying any good service by keeping that man in that space.
Very well. Mame Nasi, Honorable Kojo Asare, and the attending canon. But except to add, sir, apparently UTAG also issued a statement earlier. And this statement is dated 8th March 2022, which was yesterday. And the statement says, indefinite suspension of strike action. Indefinite suspension of strike action. Or say the National Executive Committee of UTAG held an emergency meeting on Tuesday, 8th March 2022, to, among others, consider the outcome of the referenda on its decision to temporarily suspend the industrial action commenced on 10th January 2022. And also, you may recall, NEC of UTAG voted to temporarily suspend the strike action to pave a way for negotiations with the employer to help meet some of the demands and they address the concerns of UTAG. And Omaka say referenda course, you know, 12 out of the 15 branches voted to reject the call for the suspension of the strike action, signifying their lack of trust in the employer's commitment to addressing their concerns and thus their resolve to continue with the strike action until their demands were met. But at the meeting of NEC, the NEC of UTAG received reports from the various branches in relation to, and it goes on blah, 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 blah. But finally, the Omakane said, NEC decided, say, a suspended strike action no, indefinitely. And we'll see what comes out of this one, whether the negotiations, no. The statement is quite lengthy. The meat of the matter, and they say, almost suspended, almost strike action no, indefinitely. Chairman Allotey Jacobs. Chairman, Supreme Court ruling matters arising.
No. Obi.
Chairman.
Obi Chobu, because whither are we going? What is there for this country? Is it about Ghana? Or it's about individuals? Or it's about personality cults and personality worship? Patriotism, sense of belonging, sacrifices, and survival of this country. It's democracy. It's lost to the winds. And see, it's like without my party coming to power, there's no hope for me. And see, everything goes wrong. And so we have a blind eye and a deaf ear and a sense of reasoning for issues that come day in, day out. But the world moves on. Gone were those days when Galileo and others were telling us that it is the universe that revolves around the earth. Baby, so some astronomers were saying it is the sun that revolves around the earth as well as the moon. They have all been proved wrong. It is rather the earth that revolves around the axis of the universe. And see, it will take us a very long time for people to decipher between what is true and what is propaganda. But I think that as Ghanaians, that's my appeal to everybody, that the Ghanaian politician is a liar. There are some politicians in this country, it is about power and nothing else. Apart from they being in power, everything is wrong. I don't think we build a nation like that. You look at an example of what happened in US when Trump came to power. Even to give some loan or to sell ammunition to Ukraine, he refused because he has closeness to Putin. Today, look at how the Ukrainians are suffering. Yeah, Mama Peda Mukacha Ghana for that if we don't put things right, the future will be bleak for us. Look, religion came about out of suffering, out of people arrogating to themselves as being gods. From Egypt to Greece to Persia and then to Rome, people, leaders see themselves as gods that they should be worshipped. At the end of the day, the civilization in then collapse. But the true leader for us as human beings, we claim the supremacy of God being the creator of the heavens and the earth. Now, if you're the two major religions in the power, or two Michel, what they have gone through, the Christian religion and that of the Islamic religion, the leaders that came out of these two great religions, which are from the loins of Abraham, and when there, it was no fluke, but faith and hope has kept them and have made these two nations very great. Yen shwe ne mfo yen boy yen bra ba ku some misinterpreting everything to suit one's ego and one's sense of wanting to be a president or a leader of this nation. It's not helping us. Obi is not helping us. Come on. Everybody gets up and say whatever he likes. Even if the thing is good, for over chess brand chair there, the made me or your proper. There was proper. I mean, a whole lot from both sides of the political divide. But time has come. Yeah, this agony you go through. Nobody can tell me there. It was at also Ofi Niviobe Undizi. It gets to a time you cut your coat according to your size. Oh, into move fast. Nzinobi what's all here now? I get a hospital now. Maza. Mr. What's will be here? I get a hospital. Maza. Supreme Court. More defined rule for us as a country. It's been spelled out in our constitution. And you may be what's it? Our constitution is an organism, an embryo. Organism that can transform itself to an animal and can transform himself to a man or a human being. Whatever transformation about in our constitution to help us and to help our democracy, we are being told to accept it in good faith. Mm-hmm. So what is wrong? In that them, or China them, in that them, ochina dem ewo power or America any power or America. What is it? What is it? My Yazakwa was here or ye 11 in the Supreme Court. Oh, so we are bastardizing the very Supreme Court that is supposed to help us to interpret the law. They are masters of the law. You see, one thing is that we fail to understand there. The judges at the Supreme Court are masters of the law. When they are wrong, you have to again to go to them. No, but I guess one guess who. But they are not absolute. But then when it comes to our Ghanaian constitutional laws, they are absolute. Unless you kill them. Look, the law is there. They will tell you A, B, C, the tomatoes, onion, and boko, no, ye dam. On the what the young woman, why you're there. And no one say you guys there and when I ain't. I say you. When it gets to your turn, Daniel comes to judgment. When it suits you, you say Daniel comes to judgment. You're caught. You get some. Where judge obey interpreters, obey or read the judgment. Or read the arm or wallet extra one name there. No. Mafum. But here's the patapa, here's the bayer. An appeal, so that there's that institution of an appeal court. Master, yeah, unless we don't love Ghana, but if you believe it there, we have come far as 65 years as a nation. There is a need for us to, in a way, come together as a nation. And may I agree with Professor Kwesi Bochi on the issue of consensus. I agree. But we have denigrated our politics to extend there. Obi kaka to sword. There, Obisi Renewal or BBB University. Or the apostle. So the apostle say, or the artist, or the buffoon, or the babadu. Ekuma, or the ship babadu kind. Ekuma no hupe, or say Ashasi. There's one shasa no bisube. Obisube, Nisu, or the Puma, Ekuma, or to go from no shasi no ye. And then when the building, the structures coming up, oh! Iyane ina iyane shasi ne yokobo aso ne no kesi dan nyo osiden no what Tunisian ya say yebusu epeyin na eba na se ese ebusu dan na ekede mezasasi amade won fensi ebusu dan na onu njeda wo na ezi dan no. But in your Obaba no so me the mebusian or yet in there more the miske inti woman and name with the skebida into me in them they say on no see. Until ye or see a dear yo. Na your politics na get there. Odu women at the Akisibo woman ensign Obibesa on your was or your mamma's. The next time, ye man and Mishasi or they we and we are no Jadewa, Mamma she. And what yet the man getting in there a quick grassy beer or was a aban Sabi Yajan or Hona was saying Aban Mobo, you know. I don't visit the Bia Musha once walk on.
Yeah, then
The Bia pressmen. No one in the Mukwasi won't be Sansama Obenya or to Bobwa a crossing. Ne will be Sansama a month for Bagadene, Yanshi Tui, Nay,
no here on.
Oh, Maza, our alcohol. we but no show one okay as you know as a jijin kakama owia na we beji ho no waye he na ke de abanu ane de MP no wona ane de assemblyman onye hwe na so sebita frache every town and village in this country or wajifo yeah nyankopon wa bo in such a way there e kwebiala owogana he bia obi wo ma sebita frache owo jina bi pa bia owonkan kumasi tamale ane sekendi takwade
Okay.
Aye botum ya rally around them there I mean nyankopon na ya madum wa ma mejapaze wa ma juma sebita frache me se komenum na yimpa de senyi anyane ebeti mpa de senyi anyane ebeti nti munko me kwase na se me kwase fu wo yen adi toilet ane bathroom ane school musu munko boa hey choboy yen na ye feed me kwase nya wo me yen sha na yen so yen contribution yen vomboa yen them. Now you expect everybody is expecting there aban be bibi e show adum TV they be abambo boy you know if it is dambo I there nkofo ne coach won papa de adum fu mbo boy onye aban ne aye won nkofo we interview cover ya we ji adum mbo boy
Iron man nkofo ne kan here bro. We are only the mirror of society.
Yeah, obi inya ye mi yo and I must be frank with you. Yeah, we have been in this system for very long. And see, yeah, answer able to wanna Mamutu Mabuama, Badumani, Casamoana, Amanfu Bobwa, Aban Bobwa.
But why do you think there? Said today, Obi will club also on the toilet near here or more. I don't know if it's any good need.
I agreed.
So what?
But maybe I in there. Oh, yeah, that one go for coaching go for
coach will be any evidence.
I mean, evidence.
Evidence.
No one I go for now. Okay, so Obi will bore, Kessa, Norris, so Abambo, you know, Abano, when you're watching you, ye Jenny, oh, Kubeg, no good, yeah, what to Jenem, she to them, and the Abambo boy, well, I shot.
But after that, Chairman Untum or the bed Kojo Koto Chelsea or England after.
But
Enter
going to me young one, my young guys here.
also Koto Chelsea football.
No,
Here.
Oh,
3.1 billion.
Maybe I for sure. And myself. Oh no, for sure. But Mamadi Butcher to him there. Dr. Kusibochi or Professor Kusibochi can be. There is need for a consensus. Sometimes also we should have years for critique.
Yes.
May believe there is the need for Kenoforiata to call all past ministers of finance. Yeah, sometimes we are not political enemies, because the definition of politics is that there's no permanent friend, there's no permanent enemy. And don't think there by calling your former colleagues who have held that position demeans your office or create the impression that you are incompetent. There is a need the former finance ministers as a nation the order offer for a roundtable meeting. Look, this is the crisis we are facing. And you see, the NDC propaganda in there, there's no COVID. On your COVID, no how many years.
There is COVID, but what's on your now?
Oh, magazine, I could see something with it. Look,
the World Bank has corroborated that.
Oh, World Bank, he wants Ghana to go back to World Bank.
How?
Oh, these are the intrigues of World Bank personnel. Yeah, in the US, Biden, when he met the House of, or when he presented his the
COVID mitigation proposal.
No. That is meeting the State of the Nation address.
Okay. State of the Union.
State of the Union.
Yes.
You heard what he said. Also, the inflation has gone up to 7%. First time in 40 years. You listen to him very well. What's the first time in 40 years? Or Pinable? Or you grabo or refer back to the previous government. First time in 40 years. And see, also the Obeyo or the Abua one or the ordinary workers. And you watch $15 an hour. Nemu, there is the need for the rich to pay more taxes to help cushion the economy.
Okay.
Listen to me very well. Also, the fuel prices will rise above the current. And look at it now. And in my CNN, what interview Americans? They are crying. Britain, they are crying. And then coupled with this current war, baby, that is going to ice the cake. And that will Putin on any projection in there. In his speech, also, the 1 barrel of oil will be at $300 if America should cut the energy exportation
From Russia.
You see, and in Europe, European banking and the market system is all by speculation. And see, since you are oil 140 something, no.
131.
131 now. Oko 14 something. It's moving.
It's moving. Yeah, but it's moving at a faster pace.
Yes, it's because America is calling upon other European countries, at the Saudi, because the first oil producers are Americans. The second is Russia. Third is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is being called upon to cough up more oil. And see, to other countries, that's what they want to do. And see, at least the statement now alone, Obotumama oil prices are above from Kaka.
Okay.
But then you know the speculators. That is their business. Oil price now so. And see, I expect the Minister for Energy,
For finance, you mean?
Minister for Finance, Minister for Energy. Na wani Ghana for there's the need for them to talk to the people of this country. They look, let us brace ourselves. But then you know the PhD free pull him down for you. When
you pull him down, your opposition.
Oh, Mabo Vinizin.
And I say, Obi in America.
Oh, pull him down for PhD for the one bagade. I never better get a next door neighbors.
Okay, Mamandas, the chairman of Allotey Corps. Kamal, maybe we do 2 minutes each. No, sorry, but there is this developing a year. We'll see a Deen Komo. I don't know if you guys saw the pictures. As a guy be launches a freedom coin be used them or Konena Independence Square or to take care be thrown a man for chairman. Hey,
number
hey, freedom coin. As well knows some investment. I hear they say or they say cheddar. Is it cheddar? Cheddar. Oh, the pictures all over social media. It should be him. It should be him. As well, launching Freedom Coin. And a Bank of Ghana, the statement about almost notice to the general public on a digital and virtual currency operation in Ghana called Freedom Coin. It has come to the attention of the Bank of Ghana that there is an impending launch of a cryptocurrency named Freedom Coin. The public is hereby cautioned that neither this cryptocurrency nor the promoting company has approval from Bank of Ghana to operate in the banking and payment sector. In line with notice number blah 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 issued on 22nd January 2018, which can be found on the bank's website, Bank of Ghana wishes to reiterate that cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin are not regulated under any laws in Ghana and are therefore not backed by any guarantees or safeguards. Bank of Ghana advises the general public to exercise caution in respect of cryptocurrency transactions. The bank further direct all licensed institutions, including banks, specialized deposit-taking institutions, dedicated electronic money issuers, and payment service providers, to refrain from facilitating, cryptocurrency transactions via their platforms or agent outlet. The general public is hereby advised to take note and be guided accordingly. For further inquiry, I'm going to contact Aba. And it is on record now. The Bank of Ghana, the caution number. Oko koyena usika kokema. Na ube susa buying kwaji usika mawa. No de wala. Anyway, no caution number. Ya kaya wa hamu biate. Oze. Enti. Obia take care. But let me deal with some way. Say Obi, the incidence of taxes you listed comes down to numbers. What percentage of our GDP do these taxes total to? The fact is that taxes collected make up 12% of our GDP. Fact. And it's one of the lowest tax to GDP ratios on the continent. Fact. As an example, if only 2 million out of 18 million potential taxpayers pay income taxes, we cannot justify that with the payment of indirect taxes. Let's do honest introspection and find ways to bring in more, because you and I know tax evasion is very real in this country. Fact. If people don't pay income taxes as the law requires, what makes the texter think everyone pays all the taxes he listed? Kofi Tonto. And
when you have heard,
yes.
Wherever he is, I say hello to him. This is wisdom. You know, you talk about hedging.
2 minutes.
You see, me say
Hedging of the get fund.
Any near Kika Kahom.
over your time. Your time, I know I can hedge in one sem.
Securitization.
I don't know the securitization.
Oh, that be a non.
No, I'm not saying.
You must securitize it. We say, yeah, just the agent is can be a baby.
I know you're doing. I know you're doing.
Securitization.
Oh, Massa, listen. What I'm saying
He
is
has his own
so your
transactional
revenue from Get Fund
Yes.
will not be part of that 12.5.
Is that his 2 minutes
if you
I'm
had,
giving him already?
you have. It would have added to that 12.5 and it would increase.
Obi.
And then the other count him as
Yeah, back and watch him.
Obi.
Yes. Come on.
And then Sama ye can. Yeah, share the responsibility as citizens of this country as part of our discussion. Uti Allotey Jacobs here. He's looking at yang a man for an anti-mamofono. Your responsibility is key. Our duty to our nation. One.
Yes.
Yasahe. Ye bua I was say yedema yam penyin for two institutions yedi ato honum like the Supreme Court of Ghana. Obi, na menua Asare Shase kasa no. Because I didn't want to interject. In fact, I was listening to him when I was standing over there. But I listened to myself also before even going to him. When I ended my speech, you know, meka say sebi Parliament enye ho ene return to Mantos. Sa asema meka yi me twa sen Sempa FM eni die mu ena metie menua Asare to say that to be a judge in this manner obema such ruling no, which he described as absurd. Medin hu ya ka krebi wo hono. Absurd. Obi, the last time I checked the meaning of absurd, I was a bit sad to have listened to my brother using the word absurdity.
Absurd means weird.
Weird, whatever. Continuing on that, to say that to be a judge in that manner or to give a ruling in that manner, no, you are better off being a wood seller.
He is.
Or he is better off being a wood seller.
He is. If he had
Not
any
them.
intention of
Or
becoming
not,
a judge,
and he is
would
better
not.
off being a wood seller.
Please
Say
don't
be-
misquote me.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
no,
I'm not misquoting. He's only quoting. I see. He say he's better off. Or no, and I say, me say he to be a judge. Obama start ruling no. Then he is better off being a wood seller.
Absolutely.
Obi, if you be a Ghana hanom, there's some element or some part of it edua ana enua ye de aye. Sabi omo ton nua e wa bonten so. Ye kan nipa omo ka ho bi. Ye papa. Ti mesre. wood sellers, smart ones, bebree ewo ka ho. And I mean, I can say we are carpenter. Oh, we are carpenter. Eddie, I'm not. Oh, but it was sorry. Mama, let me continue.
I know what I
It was sorry.
Facebook.
So for me, I feel that I will say yeah, kasamu ye kakraka. Now, Obi, I am saying again, say, you gave a list of taxes, sir. Yeah, Jiwa Ghana and Asare went hooray. I didn't say we are not paying taxes in this country. What I said clearly, and I said, yes, we can have all these arrangements. I had that honum say, and was say taxes to raise revenue for the development of this country. Now the question is, over compensation of workers in this country and the budget that comes with it. Over provision of amenities like roads, water, and other things that government is supposed to do, no? And infrastructure, I can say, amenities like light, water, and then of course infrastructure like roads and all those things. Oba budget I here say so does it through your revenue mobilization? No? Do we meet it? No. We are unable to meet it because Obi make it point to be say tax evasion is key in this country. And I'm a boy. Now, indeed, if the tax evasion is a worry, and a Yankasa Auditor General sometimes about out also with certain reports say there are a lot of your friend is saying loopholes I will say yet me attended to. It means that there is work to do. The responsibility of citizens that I spoke about, the responsibility of leaders in this country that we all are supposed to also speak to is key. Now, say if we are going to continue on the tangent of say maybe we end this in opposition, you are not speaking in good faith. Say ampa me pese Ghana SCE. No. Because I will say, Opese Ghana SCE party. Let's say Emrana or the share will say Parliament. Let's say Emrano extra procedure to even come up with laws. No, who catch say yen to some random tunchang. Now Supreme Court kasa yen tunchang. Then you don't mean well. You don't mean well. So for me, Obi, I think it's about time we change our way of doing our politics. Tina, I said earlier on, say the young ones coming up must learn. This chinchina chin, baby, mijina and a mijina. Look, last time we checked people from Nigeria. Who didn't say Obi? Somebody can be with APC today. The next moment, or say, oh, me a PDP. He said, what's the name of the other party? The next moment, Osako PDP, no, 1 hour time, say, oh, Masako APC. That is their own way of doing their politics. But I'm just saying, say, my and fire, and chichre against Mother Ghana. We train, now Mother Ghana will suffer. That will be a problem for us. But I've always maintained again, the MPP will come to power. MPP will focus on developing this country. Look, the president said on Independence Day, or before that, said arguably, I mean not even arguably, with facts, his government has constructed more roads than any government in the 4th Republican Constitution. Okay. And that's a fact. Again, I hear you. I'm telling you. Again, I hear you. And Kuala access to education. This government has committed a lot of money into education than any government in the 4th Republican Constitution. Again, I mean, with you, this government, when it comes to agriculture and focus on agriculture, has done better than any government in the 4th Republican Constitution. And it means, Mestre, we should, even though we have done a good job and focus on this, we should forge towards building consensus in this country. Yes, you can be your MPP, he can be his NDC, one can be his PNC, but Mother Ghana must develop. Until we say it as it is and help each other, Ghana will suffer. I beg everybody, this government is my government. I belong to this party and I belong to this government. But I want to say let's hold the bull by the horns and ban importation of rice immediately.
Maybe some other time we are going to that topic. But
yes, sir. Niana na we see. You have Sikanka Wojiji Anka Ebekwa Kokan revenue mobilization ratio and as a percentage being it get fund, ESLA, and others are more secretizing any kekaka ho. Ekoka ho ekoka near 22, there's a 12.5. The person who said you know say 12.5. Ekoka ho and can be a number 18% or more. You have hedged that. What secretizing and what GM who and then you are coming back after you have contracted the revenue mobilization from that level to 12.5. Then you come and brandish the 12.5 in front of us and say we are unable to reach the revenue target. A bit me ama your friend saying what do they call it? Partners are waiting to support to ye about support. Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? What is KD in your first your friend is saying for your first term you took the money and you squandered it. Now your friend has been revenue. You are coming to blame who? It, you know, let's not throw issues as if Ghanaians are dafts. They can't even. This government, if there's one thing they have to do, it is to eat humble pie and tell Ghanaians, say, look, we have failed you.
Asare, we saw you in government too.
Kamal,
Did we perform this abysmal?
Abysmally you did.
This one, basa like this.
We saw you in government.
Bola economy like this. Did we say bola economy like this? That cannot even borrow. If you busia keke enso kra untumi mbo. Busia o mikuta we bomri busia na me fa we mbe. And also po did we ever come to this point? We wouldn't even wait to get to this all-time low. We never waited. Quickly, we called stakeholders like Allotey was talking about. We called Ghanaians because we thought, say, Papa,
You slept in darkness for 4 years. You forgot.
Okay, so we called Ghanaians to come and help.
4 years. We're in darkness.
And we decided to create a homegrown system. Building the economy. And we saw a trajectory that you came and inherited, which was a positive trajectory. All of a sudden, you nosedived because you sacked the IMF, you were on their tails and got them out so that you could use Modesa, a friend saying, borrow so that individuals involved will benefit. The finance minister, the other one is what? National Security something. Oh, yeah, then. Edubwai, what's his post?
Only a Minister of State. Ministry of Finance.
They all have their finance companies.
National Security.
No, I didn't have state. How many now of finance companies, private finance companies? I got now Parliament and him Parliament say they have waived off the interest and their names are still existing at the Registrar General's Department. These are people sitting in government today. And our system cannot even say anything to them. And they are running the the economy of the country the way Professor Bokpin is late. Say, now he's beginning to, be upfront with the facts. Because earlier on he was Okasa. I say, the Fed and now see, I want here. I'm going to call IMF. I'm the ambulance. Am I the one who said it? And now Obi Professor Bokwi,
and you said it today?
I think it was yesterday or so.
Okay.
Or see, the ambulance and the call IMF. In his own words, they will go to the IMF in an ambulance. So, and the signs are on the wall. We are all seeing it. Yay. And check my brabo. Check from your home. the Ajua Sewas, Ajua Safus, who are not in parliament, and other people whose presence by virtue of Omo and no, that is your Achilles heels, and not the NDC. Yeah, you can't check Ghana for. You have the numbers you claim, so bring the numbers. Come and pass your e-levy and go. And also Adani
Kojo Asare. Chairman Allotey, 2 minutes.
George can. He can be Professor Kosi Buchi on the issue of pressure on our budget vis-a-vis the flagship programs are buying here. George can, I differ. Me economist. Me ofrenya muchu chui. Na my common understanding of economics only the vis-a-vis parties and flagship program. Every flagship program is a legacy bequeathed by a political party. Every flagship program. Nti no yeke de so osi mesi ameye ya. Njagana be den. Nti for me to tone down or to stop financing 1D, 1F and other projects in Argentina, I will not buy into it. The 1D, 1F and then the free SHS are two major pillars. Orboa
Asempa FM.
or many. If he another pressure on our budget, it has to do with salaries and wages. Yeah? The whole total collection of taxes by government in majority goes into salaries and wages. And see, where do we source money again? We should ask ourselves, those employed by government, and then what's the resources? What's it about the central point? Are you able to my distribution? Are you able to there's my flagship program, the car. I'm happy. There, Abani say, you start or something like that.
You start.
NEIP. You won't be able to do. But I sincerely believe the number of unemployed youth are many. We are sitting on a time bomb. The government needs to diversify some policies. Diversify your money to go into entrepreneurship, for which these two programs in stands for. Now, be someone there, you start. What is going to happen? Or you have bad. You see, Ghanaians don't understand it too. Once I say, I must be frank. A lot of Ghanaians, you start was on the NEP, NEIP, youth, YEA. Look, it is not sinking down with the people. Okay. Agriculture should be our economic backbone. But there are some programs and policies Ghanaian banks because they finance buying and selling. Buying and selling also normal here dollar because they will import all those items into this country. Last time I told you about Abraham Odum. We built Nigerian rice production. There, every state in Nigeria, we almost about 1 million ton of tonnage of rice. So can you know? So can't we do it?
Chama, you better try the next week. 7 abo. Aye. Mamendase. Medase pa. Yeah, of course. Said here can another men's gold. Ekosiisen sorry.